consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man?
Hello, my name is the Retro Gaming Goose and happy Pride Month. Welcome back to another video. And because it is Pride Month, we are going to be talking about another character in video games that I consider a queer gaming icon. We are, of course, talking about Raiden. Another Sony character. Last week we did Ocelot, this week we're doing Raiden. Now, when Metal Gear Solid 2 first dropped, a lot of fans were expecting to be playing as Snake through the whole game, and were absolutely shocked when they found out that they weren't playing as Snake. They actually played the majority of the game as Raiden. Raiden being a very young, androgynous, silver-haired rookie, and most people back then completely lost their mind. I actually remember a lot of my friends being really upset that you didn't get to play as Snake as much in Metal Gear Solid 2 and you had to play as Raiden. And I just remember all of my friends at the time like just accusing him of being gay, being like using it like a slur. But I personally think that Raiden kind of like, until much later in his like evolution arc of a gaming character, I think it actually like flipped the toxic masculinity on its head quite a bit. Like considering comparing him to like Snake, he is very soft spoken, he's not got that gruff voice, he's very vulnerable, and as you've already seen from the opening clip of this video, he has a very feminine presenting look about him. And I do find it very interesting that the whole arc of his character, the whole of Raiden's arc is about identity, about how he is sort of like shaped by war, used by the system, and how it sort of changes him from this person who's affected by like everything, by the AI, by the Lalilalu, by the Patriots, by whatever, and all of the spoilers that come with it. Because I just realised I probably should have put a spoiler warning in that. Finding out that pretty much his whole life is fake and how it shapes him, like he's almost like he's lived a lie his entire life. Again, it sort of progresses him into a uber masculine ninja warrior, but that's just him. But even in Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, where he's sort of like used as a just complete weapon of war, stripped of all personality, and is just like a killing machine, it's still about him finding himself and his identity and his humanity. And I feel like that can be sort of translated really well into someone coming out as gay. I feel like the whole design of Raiden, he is sort of based after these sort of like anime characters that were popular at the time, well, just before actually, when Metal Gear Solid came out. But he is a very gender fluid coded character, like he is androgynous in Metal Gear Solid 2. And I feel like a lot of people ignore his emotional story arc because he wasn't Solid Snake, and it does kind of get sort of shafted to the side later on in the series, where it's sort of more done through cutscenes than it is through gameplay. But I feel like there is this sort of prejudice because people didn't like him in Metal Gear Solid 2. It sort of, they ignored his like emotional arc, his emotional story that he has in Metal Gear Solid. I also feel like he's one of the only characters in gaming history, maybe Bayonetta is the only other character that has this achievement of actually making high heels work in a like mechanical way. Like there's a reason this man wears high heels, and it's a pretty cool reason as well, because he can switch his sword into it or something like that. I don't know, maybe you could argue that it's good for running in high heels because he's got a certain run about him, I can tell you that. If anyone's wondering, this footage currently playing is from Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, one of the most mental games ever, and I absolutely love it, but I haven't done a playthrough for it just yet. I will do, maybe one day I'll go through it. I just needed a break from Metal Gear Solid. That was my original plan, to go through it after the games, but decided not to. But yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions on Raiden as a queer gaming icon. I personally think he is, but you're absolutely within your right to say he's not. Now, for people that have probably already written a comment on this video before even reading through any of the video or listening to any of the video, I know in canon, in the game of Metal Gear Solid, in the canon of Metal Gear Solid, he is not a gay character or in any way queer. And I just want to say one more time that just because a character's not queer does not mean they cannot be a queer icon. That goes for everything, not just gaming, for everything, like in real life as well. But anyway, that's just been me talking about Raiden for like however long this video is going on for. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with any of this, if you disagree with any of this. If you think I'm talking absolute crap, please just let me know. I'm happy to talk about this with anyone at all. If you're unhappy with my volume mixing, then also comment below, because I know a lot of people hate how I do my audio, and that's absolutely fine because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to audio. So any help, genuinely, criticism is helpful. My name's been the Retro Gaming Goose. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like the video. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel, because there'll be plenty of videos coming out all over June. Probably quite a lot over June, actually, now the more I think about it. If you're interested in watching me play through the Metal Gear Solid series, I have done a whole playthrough of every single game of Metal Gear Solid you can find on my channel. If you want to see more queer gaming videos, then there'll be even more coming out over the month of June, because I only bring them out over June. They were quite good last year. This year they should be just as good in theory. Thank you so much for watching, and once again, happy Pride Month, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching.